Hello,
Hey Z, how are you?
I'm feeling great.
Good. Hey, how
Today
was
is
uh-huh. Go
today
ahead.
is our national day.
Yes. So
Uh,
you have a week off, huh?
yes, it's like 72 years and counting.
Okay. How many or how was your birthday?
Pretty good. I ate a small cake, but I'm not really into cake these days because it's too sweet, I guess,
Okay.
because of the butter and stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
maybe cream,
Uh-huh.
cream.
Okay. So for you, you don't really eat a lot of sweets, correct?
I love sweets, but uh, I just don't like cake that much. I like
Oh,
sweets, right?
okay. So you like
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 hard
candy.
candy, soft candy,
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I do the same.
especially like orange lemon flavored.
Orange lemon flavored candies.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I used to, one of my favorites as a kid growing up, and I see them now. I don't get them. I don't see them here, obviously, but in the US, and they're called lemon drops.
Oh, I've heard of that before.
Yeah, and it's just a solid lemon, piece of candy. I mean, obviously it has some, sugar and stuff on there too, but it's really sour. And those used to be my favorites when I was a kid. I love lemon drops. So yeah, but I still like, even for my age, I for as old as I am, I like candy. I like the like sweet tarts and stuff. So when I have stuff brought in the US, I usually have my friend bring in certain kinds of candies that I really like. The sweet tarts and the hot tamales, stuff like that. The ones that are cinnamon. I don't know if you ever had a hot tamale. They're this red little small candy that has like a fiery cinnamon taste to it.
I've never tried that before, mainly because of cultural differences.
Yeah, yeah, you probably don't have them there. But I mean, when you were in the United States, you probably, well, I don't know, if you went to any CVS or any kind of pharmacy, uh, or a Walmart even, you would see them in the candy section. They're called hot tamales, and they're chewy. So they're like a chewy candy, but it's cinnamony, and it's really, really kind of hot. And as a kid, we used to try to have contests who could handle the most at one time, like put five, six, seven, or whatever in our mouth and chew them without, over exploding with the fiery cinnamon taste. Stuff like that. Anyway, hey, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do anything during the holiday?
We are going to have our second dose of the vaccine.
Is that tomorrow?
No,
Oh,
uh, like on 15th, on the 5th, or I think, or the 7th, somewhere
oh, okay. Sometime next week.
in a few days.
Hmm. Okay, so you'll have your second dose. So that's probably good that everybody's getting it during the holiday, and you'll be ready to go when you come back, or to school the following week. Do you have a lot of homework?
Uh, it's a fair bit amount,
Mm-hmm.
but it's manageable
Okay.
because we have 7 days.
Yeah. Are you planning anything else? Are you and your family gonna do anything? Go anywhere? Or?
No,
No. Okay.
because mainly we have to get our vaccine. It's mandatory, except when you have health conditions.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, but your parents already have theirs, right? This is just for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have to be accompanied by a parent company.
Accompanied by a parent. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, so other than that, no other plans?
I think also going to see a concert-ish thing,
Oh, okay.
not rock concert, but more like classical music thingy, like piano, violins, stuff and like that.
Okay. So just
We
more
we
like
use We used to have these every year, like in the December of every year. It got canceled last year because of COVID.
Uh,
It's for the ninth graders who are graduating, so like a goodbye party sort of thing.
oh, okay.
We are going to have one this year,
Okay. So you'll go with your
and it's
family.
not at our school.
Is it
It's
indoors though
in
somewhere else?
yes, it's indoors.
Okay. Okay. And everybody will wear their
We
mask.
have to walk there because it's fairly close and it's kind
Oh,
of fun.
okay, that's nice.
Yes, hopefully.
Okay. All right. All right, what else is going on?
On the 28th, 29th, and 30th, we had our sports competition slash meeting.
Okay.
Uh, it was originally 2 days, but on the afternoon of the second day, it suddenly started raining. So we had to move it to the third day.
Okay.
Um,
And how was that?
uh, there are many events, mostly track and field races, because these are the most fun to watch.
Mhm.
There is 100 meters race, 200 meters race, 4x100 relay race, which means each person does 100 meters, and there's 800 meters for girls, 800-meter run for girls, and 1,000 meters runs for boys.
Okay.
And there are several other events such as long jump, which is done indoors,
Mhm.
high jump.
Yeah.
There's two types of long jumps. One where you stand still and just jump,
Uh-huh.
and the other which is done outdoors in a sand pit where you run and then jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's also the high jump
Mhm.
and the other event where you throw a heavy ball and to see how much you throw, how far you
Ah,
throw.
a shot put.
Oh,
Yeah.
hmm,
Okay.
never heard of it.
What about do you have any of the do you have probably not, but you never know. Do you guys have the in that whole arena of track and field, do you have something that's called the javelin throw?
Oh no, it's it's not easy to pull it
Okay.
off, and I think it's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I mean it can be, I guess, but I was just starting to you talk about that because I was just watching a documentary on Bruce Jenner, and he was he's still alive now, and he just has a really interesting, strange kind of story. But he was and in fact, I met him once in the airport in Dallas many years ago, like 30 years ago. But anyway, I was watching that, and I was watching when he won the Olympics. I think it was back in '76, 1976, and he was doing all those track and field competitions in the Olympics, and he actually won. He got the gold medal, and I was like, wow. And that is difficult. I was watching the shot put, and I was like, oh my gosh, how how he threw that, and then of course the races and the javelin throw. I was like, oh my gosh, but yeah. Um, okay. Well, did you participate
No,
in any of them? You didn't participate in
the
any.
one thing I'm good at is running short distances. However, there are several other people who are better than me, so I didn't get the cut.
Okay. All right. So you didn't make the cut. So so on days like that, if you're not participating in any of those competitions, you're just like watching everybody else. Yeah.
Yes, or there are several things you can do. You can do your homework if you want to bring them out to the bleachers. You
Mm-hmm.
can play games, not
Mm-hmm.
electronic, but like speaking games, such as that. And you can also run onto the field or playground to run with the athletes to give them support.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, that's cool. Did you do any of that?
Yes,
You
all
did. Okay.
three.
You did all three. Okay. All right. Good. Good, good. All right.
On the last day, somebody got a water gun and started shooting at everybody,
Yeah.
which is kind of fun,
Yeah. Okay. That's
especially because it's very hot because of the sun.
okay. Okay. Yeah. And there was just one. There's just one person with the water gun.
And yes, because however, it got passed around a lot.
Oh, okay. All right. So other people took turns shooting.
It became the symbol of
Oh,
of this event.
okay. Good. All right. Anything else?
Mm, well, on my birthday,
Mm.
the Dolphins lost to the Raiders 31-28 in overtime,
Ah.
which is better than I expected because Raiders are undefeated, even though
Okay.
it's only 2 games.
Oh.
Um, the Dolphins first scored 2 touchdowns. One is an interception return,
Mm.
and then the Raiders scored 25 unanswered points
Mm. Okay.
and led 11 in the fourth quarter. And the Dolphins came back through a last-minute touchdown and then a 2-point conversion to tie the game at 25,
Okay.
which is kind of very, very neat.
Mhm.
And in the overtime, the teams exchanged field goals, and then the Raiders won by a second field goal
Wow.
in the last seconds.
Mm. Okay.
This is Raiders' second win in overtime in 3 games, which they
Okay.
all won.
Yeah.
The first one was against the Baltimore Ravens, which is a very good game to watch because there's a lot of lead changes, score changes.
Hmm. Yeah, but on this game, were you able to watch the whole game, or did you
No,
watch?
I watched snippets of it
Oh yeah.
because I had school that day,
Uh,
and and due to the time zone difference, the game started at 4 a.m. and
oh.
last until I think 8:30 or something like 8 a.m. for last
Oh.
3.5 hours. I was able to watch a small bit of it on
Okay.
ESPN, even though it wasn't live coverage. It was like a game cast, not a live video because it was hard to get.
Okay.
I
Um.
saw the last time touchdown and all the way into overtime.
Okay. What about what about what about the Cowboys? How'd they do?
They won
Okay.
in on Tuesday
Hmm.
or Monday Night Football, I believe,
Okay.
against the Philadelphia Eagles, 41-21.
Okay. It's a good one. All right. Well, I guess then this week you might be able to watch if you have time. If
Yes.
you,
Today there was a game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
oh, okay. Okay.
The Bengals led a comeback and then scored a field goal in the last seconds to win the game 24-21.
All right. Good
And
close.
the Jaguars remain winless at 0-4 up to this
Oh.
point.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, then you should. Then there'll be some football on Saturday or Sunday, right? You'll watch something maybe then or Monday, maybe if you can.
Um, in a few days, I believe.
Mhm. Okay.
And Tom Brady has been defeated for the first time this
Oh,
season
okay.
by the Los Angeles thing
Mm-hmm.
Rams
Rams. Uh-huh.
and LA Rams,
Uh-huh.
34-24.
Mhm. And the Raiders now they're Nevada, right? What's their the Oakland Raiders?
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas, right? There's
Yes, yes.
Nevada. Okay. Yeah, I can't get used to that. It's just I've always known it as Oakland. So anyway, all right. So anything else? What else is going on? Hello.
Um, Hello? Yes, I can hear you.
Hear me? Okay.
And San Francisco 49ers got beat by the Packers 30-28 on another
Wow.
last second field goal in
Wow.
a
So
drive led by Aaron Rodgers, which took 30 seconds.
Aaron Rodgers. He's still around. Okay. He's still the quarterback. Okay. Um,
Yes, just like Tom Brady.
yeah. The Packers. Yeah, I know some people are strong Packer fans. Okay. But it sounds like I mean all the games that you talked about were very them a lot of them were really close. And those are the ones that are the most fun, not the ones that that are like 20 points. But I like the overtime and the ones that are really close. So okay, so the Niners lost. Are
And the
you
Chiefs
go ahead?
and the Chiefs who no, the Chiefs are currently last in their division for some
Kansas City?
reason. Yes, they are 1-2.
Oh, okay. Well,
The
you
Broncos, the
yeah.
Raiders are undefeated, and the
Oh,
Chargers are 2-1.
okay.
So that was kind of a surprise.
Hmm. How about the Seahawks?
The Seahawks are 1-2 at the bottom of their division.
Okay. Okay.
The Rams and Cardinals are undefeated, and the 49ers are 2-1.
Mm, okay. And how about the all the teams? How about the Jets?
The Jets
Uh-huh.
are 0-3.
Oh,
They got blown by the Denver Broncos 26-0.
oh. Well, and what about Tampa? How about the Buccaneers?
The Buccaneers are 2-1, having been defeated just last week.
Yeah. Okay.
The Panthers are undefeated as well, with their quarterback Sam Darnold, which was the quarterback of Jets last season.
Okay.
Kind of strange
And
to see that.
what about the Ravens?
Ravens are 2-1
2-1. Okay. Okay. So you got all your stats right there.
because I'm opening up the standings of the NFL.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. And anything else? Anything else going on? How's your classes going?
Pretty great. Oh,
Good.
during the 2 days
Mhm.
in the sports competition, our teacher actually bought us some burgers from McDonald's and Subway.
Really? Okay.
Yes, because we
Okay.
had another test on that day for some
Okay.
reason.
Okay.
After the events of the day ended in like 4 p.m. something like that,
Okay. So your teacher bought the class hamburgers, yeah?
using using the class money that we all gathered together,
Oh, okay. Okay.
sort of.
How was you probably don't eat at McDonald's a lot, right?
Actually, I did that very often back in the day. Well,
Oh,
on my way to swimming
okay. Okay, but not so much now.
because I don't swim at noon anymore, and I swim at 3 p.m.
Hmm. Okay.
And
Uh,
eating too much of these burgers is not very healthy. I used to do that once a week,
okay.
which is kind of too much.
Yeah. Okay. And they're probably, I mean,
Besides,
do you like it though? Most kids do, but
yes, I like the McDonald's better than Subway because I'm fan burgers more than sandwiches.
And what kind of burger do you get? Do you get like just a regular hamburger? Do you get a Big Mac? Do you get a quarter pounder?
Mm,
What do
no,
you
it's
eat?
rather smaller with chicken in it, I believe.
Oh, so you get the like McChicken sandwich. You don't do
Not sure what they
you
call
don't
it.
yeah, but I mean so it's chicken, the like chicken fillet, whatever. So you don't really get the hamburger. You get a chicken sandwich. Yeah?
Chicken burger thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
And do you like?
besides the, uh, wait, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, do you like the fries? Most kids like them.
No, no, there are no fries, sadly.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you guys don't have French fries there.
Yeah, because the teacher only ordered one burger for everyone. Um, I think last year when we have our sing competition, our teacher orders us burgers and fries.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay.
don't remember if there was a drink. But speaking
Okay.
of drinks, our teacher also bought us Gatorade.
Gatorade. Okay. Gatorade that and you ate that with your hamburgers?
No, they were separate. They were given out in the beginning of the day.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Do you like Gatorade?
Yes, very much.
Do you? Okay. And is it the regular one, the lemon lime one flavor?
We bought. I actually bought a whole box of them when I was in America.
Okay.
Sort of, there are different flavors,
Mm-hmm.
such as orange, blueberry, lemon, and and the white one. I'm not sure what they're called.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that one
I
too.
like the orange and yellow ones best.
Okay, like the lemon lime one and the orange. Well, you know what? They used to have. Now that you mentioned it, I never liked the drinks. I thought they were too salty. Like I mean, and I know it's really good for like
Salty?
restoring yeah, it's like it's really. Yeah, I mean, I know it's really good for restoring electrolytes, and a lot of athletes and things will drink that, which is fine. I mean, that's what it's. I think the purpose of it. But yeah, I've always felt that the drink wasn't. Of course, it wasn't. That sweet. It was more on the salty side for me, and I think that's how it should taste. For the purpose of what it serves. And I guess if it's really cold and you're really hot, like from running or things like that, it probably tastes really good. I never really cared for it. But what they did make, and I loved that one, was they made a chewing gum of Gatorade, and they made it in two
What?
flavors, the chewing gum, like a bubble gum. They made a Gatorade gum, and I loved that one. I mean, the flavor didn't last long, but they had the two flavors. They had orange and the lemon, the lemon lime one, like the drink. And those were the only two they made in the gum. But I liked both of them, and I used to get that when I was a kid. Gatorade gum. I don't know if you've ever seen that, or if they have that there. No idea.
I never heard that before.
You never heard of the Gatorade gum? Okay. And I mean, we chewed a lot of gum when we were kids. Yeah. I mean, now of course I don't chew a lot of gum, but they probably still make it. So who knows? I don't know. We could. Um, okay. Anything else?
The gum was discontinued in 1989 after the contract expired.
Oh, okay. So that's why I probably never saw it after that. But 1989, it was discontinued. Okay. But I tell you, it was good. The Gatorade gum, it was good. It didn't hold. The flavor just didn't hold for a long time. I mean, it was even less than your sweet bubble gums and stuff like that, like Bazooka. And I don't know, a couple of other really good flavor gums we had were Adams Sour, and that was the best with green apple, Adams Sour, and then orange was a good one too. So, and I'm sure they don't make those anymore. Is that something that's that's, I don't want to say common like in China, but do kids chew bubble gum? Do you guys have that?
Actually, yes, undetected. And I actually saw several times that people classic chew gum in school, which is I think is not allowed.
Yeah, I mean, most schools won't allow it just for the fact that it's, you spit it out, and someone steps on it in the shoe, and just the noise and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think it was allowed either in school. And most kids, I don't think ever did, but I mean, occasionally a kid will here and there, especially after Halloween. Um, yeah, and that's something that you guys don't celebrate this month, right? In October, you don't celebrate Halloween at
Most
all.
of us know it. I think everyone knows it, but we
Mm.
don't celebrate it.
Yeah, and I tell you, as a kid, even your age, uh, that is like one of the
But
most
however,
fun. Uh-huh.
I think some communities or makes will celebrate it, but not our. I don't think our school will do that.
Um,
I'm seeing somebody go trick or treating or wearing costumes. I think last Halloween at
really, in
night.
China? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an event set up by the community or something like that.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's
So there was
not.
participation. Mhm.
Um, I'm not sure how that works, but not everyone does that. Only like a small group of people.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's as a kid, it was probably one of my favorite holidays. I mean, Christmas obviously too, and Thanksgiving, but that was like the first one to the big holidays coming up for us in the U.S. But Halloween, that was a good one because not only not only do you plan your costume, usually a few weeks, maybe even a month before, uh, and you're going to go out at night, of course, to go trick or treating. But some schools, and I think it was a couple of years, not every year, but sometimes they allowed you to dress up in costume and wear that to school. It was elementary. Nobody did that in junior high or high school, but dress up at school, to wear your costume at school. But in elementary school, they allowed us to do that, and it was fun. So you're whatever you were, you were that during the day, like a ghost or a witch or whatever it was, a cat or some character, Superman or whatever it was. And then at night, you after dinner, usually around 6 o'clock when the sun was, when it was dark outside, and the sun set at 6:30, something like that, you would go trick or treating, and you would take a what did we have? Some people would use. I liked a pillowcase, believe it or not, and the reason being is because it could hold the most candy. If you a brown bag or some kind of shopping bag or whatever, in my opinion, wasn't sturdy enough. Especially if you got some heavy candies or just started accumulating a lot of candy, hard candies and stuff. And the little plastic pumpkins that they would sell, in the stores that look like just a pumpkin and a handle, and you carry that, and it really fits Halloween, of course. But it was too small, and you would fill that up, and you have to go home because it's you have no more place to where you could put your candy. So my friends and I, we would take pillowcases, off our, the pillowcases off our pillows. And one, since it's made of cloth, it's not going to split if you have heavy candy and stuff like that. And when it starts getting heavy enough, you can just kind of throw it over your shoulder, um, like a hobo, like a bum, and you could carry it for a longer period, and you would obviously collect a lot more candy. So, um, and then back in the day when we went trick or treating, this was before a lot of crime in the U.S. And when I was going, it was common for kids to go with their friends, no parents. Parents never went; they stayed home. And you would go with your friends, and you'd have 4 or 5, 6 friends or whatever, and you would go all together, and you would go all through the neighborhood, and and then you would just come home. Usually around 8 o'clock or so, 8 or 8:30 at the latest, you would be home. If you left at 6:30, you would be out more than 2 hours. And believe it or not, most of the time, or many of the times, it was a school night. So, maybe Halloween fell on a Wednesday or a Thursday or something like that. You would still go trick-or-treating on the 31st. They didn't make it like, okay, we're going to move it to Saturday or something like that. It would actually be on whatever night the 31st was, whatever day of the week. And you just went. And so if it was a school night, you just went to school the next day. I mean, you got home and your parents usually, at least my parents did, when you came home, and then also, and I'll get back to that in a second, but also, like I have one brother and one sister, they would go too, and they would go with their friends. So it's not like we would all go together like as a family, because that would be boring. We wanted to go with our own friends. And so everybody would just go with their own friends. And then we'd all come home about roughly the same time. And sometimes you run into your other friends or your siblings as you were trick-or-treating because they're on the same street or whatever, the same house. But when you came home, our parents made us dump all of our candy out from our bags or our the pillowcases or whatever, and we had to lay all the candy out on the floor, to go through it, because anything that was opened that didn't have a cover on it, a wrapper or something like that, or something that just looked suspicious or you weren't sure about it or whatever, we would throw it out. So and that's what we would do. And then we would try to sneak candy. And then our parents, of course, said, okay, you can't have you can only have like 1 or 2 pieces a day. And so we would all have our own candy hoard and put it in our own location. And nobody fought over it because everybody had so much of it. And then we would just, have that for like months because there was so much of it. And we would try to sneak some to school. We'd take a few pieces or whatever and put it in our pockets the next day. All the kids did. And then everybody was, talking about it. So it was quite a thing. A lot of fun. And then the world changed. And then when I had children, we went with our children. My husband and I, we didn't let them go alone. You just couldn't do that anymore. Quite a big difference.
Well, good news that this year's Halloween is on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So it's a school night, right?
Yeah, for kids it will be because they'd have to go to school, the following Monday. So yeah, they go. But I think it is totally different now. See, I mean, they don't. Parents may go, but it could be. I've heard of things. I just haven't kept up with it where they actually went like in the afternoon, and everybody goes before 6. I mean, I don't know. It's changed so much, and many times. And also because of even with COVID the past couple of years, I know most people didn't go last year, but a lot of kids now would just go to parties, which I don't know. I just think that you kind of lose the experience, the fun, going up to every door. And then what was really fun about doing the, knocking on every door, trick or treat, I don't know. You had people that were really friendly, and they, like the parents or whatever of another house, and they would ask you, oh, what is that costume, or what is that, and or if you had a little trick to show them or something like that. It was a lot of fun, and you had a lot of involvement from parents and other people in the house and stuff like that. And and it was always exciting, like, what are they going to give you? Oh, I hope they give you the good candy bar, like the Snickers or the Butterfinger or something like that. And then sometimes they would give you, like, older people, they don't really know, like, the hip candy what the kids like. So they would just, they'd give you whatever they would buy, that maybe it was cheap for them, I don't know. And you look at it and you're like, oh, okay. You're always gracious, you always say thank you and things like that, but you're not going to eat it, or it's going to be last on the list. Candy bars went first. So if you had a whole bag, of all your candy, you had a lot of the good candy bars that kids liked, like Snickers and Butterfingers and Milky Ways or things like that. They would collect all those first and put those like in a separate pile. Yeah. But that was, to me, that was the most fun, doing that, going door to door, and then also skipping houses, because you're walking down the street and you come up to a house, and we never went to apartment complexes. Our parents never wanted us to do that. We had a few in our neighborhood, but our parents just didn't want us to do that. We wanted to because we thought it would be an easy score, because they're all next to each other. And you could knock on each door and get them. But our parents never wanted us to go into large buildings like that. They just wanted us to go to houses. And so, and our houses are pretty close together. But there'd be sometimes you'd come up to a house and it just didn't look good. Maybe it was really dark, and that was part of the fun too, is because a lot of people would decorate their houses for Halloween with a lot of different things on the outside and music and lights and stuff like that. And that really made it, interesting. But some of them we just didn't go, because if the house wasn't maintained, or there was really high grass and it was just really, not good looking at all, like broken down cars, or just, I don't know, freaky things, broken window or something like that, we wouldn't go. Avoid that house. So anyway, that's my experience with Halloween. Really fun holiday back in the day.
I read about these in Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
What about that? I never read that book.
Well, Greg and Rowley go trick or treating,
Uh-huh.
and they unintentionally angered a group of gangsters, and they camped out in their grandma's house until the gangsters left, and they went home. However, their dad doesn't like teenagers very much. So when a teenager comes by, he will throw a bucket of water at them. However, when Greg and Rowley went back home, the dad saw them, they were teenagers, and poured a bucket of water at them.
Mm. Oh, okay.
And their candy got all soaked and stuff like that.
Well, okay. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
overall not a great experience.
yeah, doesn't sound like it. But no, we never encountered, stuff like that. It just wasn't around then. And this is all during a time when there's no cell phones. There's no, and if your parents aren't with you, and you think about this, you're like, 10, 11, and you knew to stay in the neighborhood. I mean, you weren't going to go to a street or any place that you weren't familiar with. And even going to 3 or 4 different blocks, and there's 30 houses or something on each block or something like that, that was probably enough, just because you could run home, pretty easily. But you're always with your friends, and I never had a bad experience with trick-or-treating like that. So, and I just know I heard a lot of stories later as I got a little bit older, and you kind of stop, at least we did. We stopped in our teen years. I mean, maybe I went when I was 13, might have been my last time, maybe 14, I can't remember. But high school, definitely not. Nobody really went. Every once in a while, you would have and it wasn't girls, but it was a teenage boy that might have been 15, 16, maybe even 17, and they would come to the door and for trick-or-treating and stuff. And they really wouldn't like dress up. They might just have like a mask on, and then they would have the regular street clothes on. And so those you gotta really be careful with. I would think nowadays you would be really careful with that, but it just wasn't common. It wasn't really geared for younger children. Yeah. So, and it's a big business in the U.S. where they have costume shops, and they, they're not like, paper costumes and stuff, or, stuff that you kind of assemble and put together. They're, really fancy costumes. It's, costumes that you would see people wear in plays, things like that. Turn of the century gowns, Christopher Columbus. I think all these different type of, historical figures, George Washington. I mean, just whatever. And then people just get really creative and they make their own, like going like as a stoplight, or going, like whatever. And then they create it. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, you're probably not going to celebrate that. But it was
We hopefully are going to celebrate Christmas,
Oh, okay.
as our English teacher does that every year.
Okay. And do you guys do for Christmas, do you do some type of like gift exchange in your class?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's nice. And on that gift exchange, it's like you just draw somebody's name like out of a hat or something like that, or is it the not the white elephant?
No, we put our presents in a big pile, and we choose names, and then get that name's present.
Oh, okay. So you don't, there's another one, and I'm not sure if this is the term, but I think it's just something that we called it. It was like and it was a game, and they said, and I think they might have called it like even a Chinese gift exchange. And it could be, I could be wrong there, but it was, to me, it was the most fun. And it's the one where, and I think I told you about this one before, where everybody puts their name or their number or whatever, like your number one, number two, whatever, and you put your name. Well, I don't know if you put your name in a basket, but yeah, you put like your name or your number in the basket, and then you have the presents, and whoever is number one, say there's 30 people, and number one picks one of the presents first, right? Any present, and they're all wrapped, so you don't know who they're from or what's in them. So you pick a present and you unwrap it, okay, right in front of everybody. So you unwrap it, and let's say it's a box of cookies. Well, if you like it, you keep it, right? And if you don't, like, oh, I don't want this one, you get a chance to choose another one. You put the box of cookies back, and then you open up another one. But then you can't exchange it anymore. And if it's something like, something that you really didn't like, maybe it's a I don't know, maybe it's a pencils and paper, like a pad of pencil and paper or something like that, then you're stuck with that one. Then you have it. And then the next person, number two, they can either pick your present, your pencil and paper, and take it from you, or they can choose a new present. So if they liked your present, your pencils and paper, and they took it, now you go ahead and choose another present. So the person who actually, and you keep doing that all the way down the line.
That sounds complicated.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun, because what you do is, like, say like number 10, they see one of the presents that you have that they really like, and you can only do it more than once or twice, where you can't exchange or something like that. But the person who has the best spot, it's not number one, it's number 30. It's the last person, because there's one more present there, and they get to choose that last present or any other present that somebody else has. And so the one that really gets stuck is the person, like if they liked your pencil and papers all the way to number 3 or 8 or whoever, they take that from you. And then whoever, the last person who doesn't have a present, has to take whatever's left. The last unopened present, or even the one that was number 1 gave, when he didn't like it or whatever. But that's kind of, it's actually, and the reason why a lot of people like it, especially if you're a kid, is it takes so much time. It takes like a couple of hours to do that process. So, and you have to remember, because what happens is when people open up a present, if they really like it, say like it's a really cool, some kind of really cool toy or something, they don't want that to be taken from them, so they kind of hide it. So they'll put it, like down below or behind them or something like that, because they don't want other people, as they're choosing numbers or whatever, because you have to look up and you're looking at everybody's presents, kind of something like, but you don't always see everything, and so you could miss somebody, so especially if they have it covered or something. And with the excitement, they're like, come on, come on, come on, pick, and so you might get away with that. So like hiding it. And some kids do that, but we do it as adults, and it's not toys and usually candy. It's things like movie tickets, maybe a bottle of wine, something that somebody that they just like something, whatever it was. Could be something for the office, or So that sounds good for you. I mean, as far as the gift exchange, that'll be fun. I'm sure you'll like that. You'll get something good. Okay. Anything else? Let's try to take this short little quiz. Okay, you want to do that?
Yes.
All right. This is one from Call of the Wild. All right. Not that one. Okay, let's start here. Okay. And all I want you to do is read the question and then go ahead and choose the best answer.
After Spit's death, which dog? After Spit's death, which dog becomes the lead dog? Buck, I think.
Okay. All right. The next one.
Because initially, I think Selects was chosen by Francois to be the lead dog, but Buck won't let him.
Okay.
Buck's first master is a well-to-do judge in Santa Clara Valley, California.
Very true.
How does Buck get to Seattle? He is sold to dog nappers because of a gambling debt.
Okay.
Once Buck acclimates to life in the Northland, what does he feel when he hears the wild sounds and calls that come from deep in the forest? Yearning. What breed of dog is Buck? I actually don't know this.
You know this one? Okay. He's Saint Bernard. He's not a shepherd. His father was a Saint Bernard. His mother was a shepherd. It's not a shepherd. Okay. How about read that one?
What does Francois bring to Buck to make his life easier?
We can remember.
Moccasins that fit over his paws.
Okay. Good. And
What event early on in the Northland haunts Buck for the rest of his life?
What event?
He witnessed a pack of dogs kill a good-natured but wounded dog just because of his weakness.
Okay, that's correct.
What is the fate of John Thornton's camp when they travel to find the fabled lost gold mine? And they are killed by ferocious Indians.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
Hello?
Hello. I can hear you. Hello.
What is the final fate of Buck? He joins up with a pack pack of wolves living out the rest of his.
Okay. How about number 10? Hello? I don't hear you.
Hello?
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 I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, the next one. That was correct. I heard your last answer. That was fine.
What was Buck's relationship with Spitz? But Buck hated Spitz because of his violent nature and position on the team.
Yeah. Okay. And the next one.
When John Thornton takes Buck to find the fabled lost gold mine, how does Buck spend his time? Goes off by himself into the wilderness to stalk wild animals, roll around with wild wolves.
Okay. And okay, and I guess I think that was the yeah, that was the last one. Okay. Good job. The
Isn't
last
that the same question?
yeah, it's the same question. It's redundant. Okay, good job. Except for number one, really was Solix. Which dog became the lead dog? That's what I had down. So all the other ones were correct. But I do have. You feel like doing any writing while you're off for a week? You want to do a topic? It's up to you. I'm not gonna make you do one, but just if you want to, just because I haven't seen you any writing in a while, and I wouldn't mind seeing that. You feel like writing or no? Hello, Zing.
Hello?
Hello, there you are. I couldn't hear you. Do you feel like writing at all? Hello.
Okay, I guess.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Yes. Okay, I guess.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
okay. All right. I
yes.
selected two.
I
Okay.
can hear you.
I know it's getting scratchy. Um, okay, can you read? Can you see the two topics sentences? Do you see those?
Yes, I can see it. I can see
Okay,
it.
okay. Go ahead and choose whichever one you want. You don't have to do both of them, obviously. But I found two. I thought they were interesting. And you can make it as long as you want. Okay, it doesn't have to be so long, but at least try to make it a couple paragraphs.
I
But,
I was. I,
see, I can't hear you. Hello.
yeah, I can't hear you. Hello, hello.
Okay, I can hear you. Okay. You can hear me, yes? How about hold on? How about in chat? Tell me which yeah. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I can't admit Daniel yet. Okay. Um, okay, so which one do you think? Number one or number two?
Um, um, Number one's interesting,
Yeah, yeah.
but number two is more productive thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's probably you're going to have to probably write more just because you know probably with all the events that happened in the story, um, that could formulate that opinion. But it's up to you. That's why I kind of made it two different kind of ways. You know, you pick a certain part, like when John, at the very end of the story, and then you write on that. You know, why you think of course, Jack London, the author. Why do you think he chose to have him, massacred? But so you can go either way. Yeah?
Yes, I'll think of it.
Okay. Do you want to think about it, or do you want to tell me now which one you want?
I'll think about it.
Okay. So you have you remember the sentences, right? You have a picture of that or something. Wrote it down. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So and that's it. Like I said, just make it a couple of paragraphs if you can, and send it to me on WeChat, and then I'll look at it before next week. And then we'll
Okay.
go ahead. You're good with starting Animal Farm, yeah?
Okay.
Does that sound good? Okay. And we'll kind of talk about that next week, a little before class, like just kind of the background of that. And it might be a little advanced, but I think you'll be okay. They say the earliest should be like age 13 of reading that book, but I think you're okay. I think you'll be fine. Okay. So with that, any last minute questions, Z, before we go?
No.
No? Okay. Well, hey, have a fantastic week. Enjoy your holiday. And
Thank you.
yeah, and enjoy your time with your family at your concert. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Z. All right. Have a good weekend. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, Z.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
great week yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
all these stories.
Okay. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.